Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dive into a really powerful idea, one that can completely transform your sales approach. It's all about moving away from just talking at your customer and instead changing the way they see their own world. Let's get right into it. Okay, picture this. You're in a meeting. You're walking a potential client through all the amazing, incredible features of your product. You're explaining, you're detailing, you are making your case. But when you look across the table, what do you see? That polite, but kind of vacant nod. We've all been there. You've just listed out, 27 different reasons why your solution is the absolute best on the market. But let's be honest, the energy in the room is just flat. The conversation has completely stalled, and you are no closer to a deal than when you walked in. It's a super common frustration, but what if the problem isn't your product? What if it's your pitch? So why do these feature-heavy pitches so often fall flat? Well, it's because we're busy answering questions that the customer isn't even asking. The real turning point, the real magic, happens when we understand what actually motivates someone to buy something. I want you to let this one sink in for a minute. Your goal is not to make them understand your product. It's to help them understand their problem in a whole new way. You've got to help them see their challenge through a new lens, maybe revealing an issue they didn't even know they had. That's where everything changes. So how in the world do we do that? Well, it's time for a new playbook. We're going to call it Selling with Insight. And this is all about you being the one who brings that aha moment into the room. So instead of just reacting to the needs your customer tells you they have, you proactively bring an insight to the table that completely reframes their situation. You're not just solving a problem they already know about. You're uncovering a bigger, more critical one that only your unique perspective can solve. Now, this isn't just some high-level concept. It's a really practical blueprint. So let's walk through the 4-step framework that makes this work. It's a pretty elegant flow, actually. You start on common ground with the truth they already believe. Then you introduce a surprising insight that shows them a hidden gap. This allows you to reframe their problem, and finally, you anchor that new problem to a real business impact. It's a logical path that moves from agreement all the way to urgency. Okay. Theory is great, but let's see how this actually works in the real world. Let's meet Priya. She's selling a new productivity tool, and she's meeting with Mr. Verma, a department head who is totally convinced his team's workflow is already perfect. Notice what Priya does. She doesn't come in swinging, challenging him right away. Nope, she starts with a familiar truth. She acknowledges and validates his belief. This builds immediate rapport and makes Mr. Verma open to hearing what she has to say next. And here it is. This is the pivot. Priya introduces a surprising, data-backed insight that reveals a hidden gap. See, Mr. Verma was totally focused on completion rates, but he hadn't even considered the hidden cost of rework. This new information creates a kind of constructive tension in the room. And just like that, the problem has been completely reframed. The conversation is no longer about making a good workflow a little bit better. It's now about a much bigger, much more expensive problem. The hidden cost of miscommunication that's been silently eating away at their productivity. This is the final crucial step. Priya anchors this reframed problem to a major business outcome that she knows Mr. Verma cares deeply about, his launch deadlines. All of a sudden, this isn't some small, nagging issue. It's a strategic threat that has to be dealt with right now. Now, this is obviously a really powerful technique. But is it a silver bullet you should use in every single situation? Not exactly. Like any good strategic tool, you have to know when to use it and, just as importantly, when not to. This approach is most effective when a customer thinks everything's already great, or when your conversations feel stuck and repetitive, or when the only objection you keep hearing is about price. On the flip side, you want to avoid it if the customer is already completely overwhelmed, if you don't have credible data to back you up, or if you just haven't built that initial rapport yet. So how do you get started? Honestly, the best way to understand this is to just try it. So let's make this super actionable for your very next call. Here's a simple challenge for you. In your next meeting, resist the urge to talk about your product first. Instead, I want you to lead with one compelling, well-researched insight about their industry, their challenges, or their opportunities. Start by teaching, not by selling. You see, when you change the conversation, you don't just change the sale, you actually change the entire relationship. You become a valued advisor, not just another vendor. So what hidden opportunity is just waiting to be uncovered in your next conversation?